3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Forex Trading Show. Forex trading live every weekday morning. Real trades, real profits, zero analysis. Set back, relax, and get ready to profit. And now, your host, Terry from FXWithTerry.com.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thursday, April 3rd, live Forex trading, live results. Here is the free signal result that I send out on a regular, pretty much daily basis, depending on the market closure. This free signal trade on the account here, nothing but net profit, $104.90. You're welcome. Just another successful trade. Yeah, Euro AUD pushed hard against. You know that if you've been trading my system, I put a basket of trades into recovery at around the 10 deep level. I also have to make a side note. If we're in 10 trades, when I look at it, right, because I'm not looking at it every second of every day, but, you know, we'll catch it around the 10 deep area. If I look at it and we're 10, 11, 12 deep, and the last 3 or 4 trades are in profit, like basically you see what happened here. The profit overcame any sort of drawdown and negativity, ended with a net profit. If the last few, the most recent trades in a basket of trades are in profit, I'm not going to put it into recovery. It has to be 10, at least 10 trades, and they all have to be in drawdown for me to go, you know what, let's get out of this. And the recovery system works really, really well. We will talk more about that today because in the title of this particular live, I talk about the power of being in control of your own automation. So basically trading a robot on your own Windows server, cloud server called a VPS, and then your ability to put the recovery system on it. I'm going to give you one example today that I do, that I've done for a long time. It's nothing I could ever, I shouldn't say it's nothing I could have created into a copy trade feed, but it's a system, it's an algorithm, it's a set of algorithms that when you combine them together, if you get the right settings, it's very profitable. Very profitable, certainly on a weekly basis, but, looking back over a year, absolutely mind-boggling. And I'll reveal it to you today. I'll give you plant some seeds. And this is the kind of stuff that we are going to dive into the near future. You'll be able to know exactly what the couple algorithms are that I use to run this particular system that I'm talking about. But let's wait. We'll get into that. We need a free signal trade. So there's nothing open right now. Let's dive into that. All right. The way we do that is we go to the full algorithm. And let me take a look here. Let's see. Full algorithm is exactly where I was already. Okay. Let me show you this. So we look at a couple things. Full algorithm is $16 in drawdown right now. Zero movement in the market. That tariff announcement yesterday moved the market way up, way down. Basically, they used the opportunity to take out people's stop losses. There were huge wicks out the top and out the bottom with the teeny tiny little candle in the middle on a lot of currency pairs. We are just, a dozen and a half maybe trades in the market. Seems like it's done its push already this week, and it's starting to clear out. If you look at closure, we're $40.75. That's quite a bit of closure for a 0.01, a 10-cent lot size. So that's pretty damn good. That's a pretty high amount of closure. Of course, I have to say this every time because we got new people every day that are watching this, coming across this, finding our system. This is scalable. So you're not just making $40.75 and I need a bot that makes more than that. So bid a little bit more. Bid a 2x factor, a 3x factor, a 10x factor. So 10x times that, you'd have made $400. So it's really just about you scaling it. Certainly you have to have a large enough account. You have to have a large enough account balance, so on and so forth. So what did Vince say here? Signed up for my VPS and set it up yesterday. Looking forward to using the robots. Cool, cool. And I'm slowly bringing everybody towards that. You're going to have some patience because as I've been working with people in the background, helping them kind of get to a VPS and the concept and bringing in my feed and trading robots and things like that, there's a lot of video training that I'm going to need to create because people just, I mean, they come up against a wall with all of this stuff. And it's just going to take some time. So I'm going to need some patience. I wish I could pump out. I mean, I probably need to create at least a dozen training videos. I've created a few so far. But the more I work with people, the more I see like this little gotcha or this little thing or there's no common sense being used, so I have to say things that are common sense to me, but not common sense to other people. So a little bit of a struggle, but we'll get there because in the end, what I want to do is I want someone to be able to come into the system here, know that we're using a VPS, virtual private server, know that we're trading individual bots on individual accounts, and basically be able to go to a video playlist, which I'm working on and I'm creating, and I will constantly be updating. I started putting the video version number in each of the videos because those versions will, they will be edited and they will be upgraded and they will change. So let's jump into a free trade here. It might be interesting. If you look at USD CHF here, it is about to take profit. Let's see how close it really is. There's some, it's close. It's close. Why don't we, just for giggles, let's jump into the last three of USD CHF. Let me just show you the power of my AI system. Let's jump into the last three and let it move from there. We're going to jump into it right now. I'm going to show you the power and the scalability of my system. So the last three, and let me make sure, the last three of USD CHF. All right, stand by. I'm going to affect this on my server. The last three of USD CHF. Let's see if I can do this right. So USD CHF, I'm telling my AI system to jump into the last three. Let's see if I can do that. Copy from trade order number 3. Is that right? Is that going to copy from number 3? All right, let's do it. I'm not going to hurt anybody. This isn't going out to directly to anybody's account. I don't know if I've done this, but I'm pretty sure this is right. So let me click the OK, and then I'll show you if I got it right. Nope. It just jumped into, let me take a look at it here. Oh, it's going ape shit. I didn't mean to do that. Stand by. So let's see here. One pair. Yeah, I can see what I did. So you guys are going to laugh. I allowed it to open all current trades. So let me take a look at how many trades we got before I share this with you. Stand by. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's interesting. I mean, it's going to be really, really profitable. But I kind of screwed that up jumping into it. That's really what happens. Like my brain kind of disconnects when I'm doing a live here and I'm trying to do something technical. For some reason, it just disconnects. But nonetheless, I'll bring you back here. Let me open this up. Looking at the free trade. Here it is. Let me show you what I did. Don't laugh too hard. So I just jumped into USD CHF and I jumped into every one of them that is open. Now, even a small account could handle this, right? I have a base bid of $1 here, but we just jumped into what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10. What's interesting is these are pretty much all at the same price. You can see price was moving a little bit. But this will be massively profitable. Should you manually now, if you're following the free signal, jump into all these? You don't need to. The key factor here is this one thing. The take profit is, it is 0.86133. And that will be the same on all of these. So really, you have to look at this like it's one trade, right? That's really how the system is going to trade it. So we got, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're basically $13. So 1.30 lot size. We're at $13 per pip. You can jump into these trades, just one trade with that take profit, 0.86133. Basically, my screw up, I hit the wrong button, and instead of getting into the last 3, I got into all of them. It's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. It'll all work out. It'll be profitable, especially since it's all automatically handled. All right, so that's the free signal. We're just kind of waiting for that. We'll come back to it. You'll probably see it into profitability because those last 3 or 4 trades in the basket of trades, most likely, I shouldn't say this, the likelihood all of these trades will end up massively profitable. Okay. All of these trades will be in the blue when this thing closes, unless it pushes farther against and drags the take profit through some of these prices. Then you might be in a little bit of trouble. But the likelihood is very low of that negative scenario happening. All right, let's run down the list here. So we looked at, we've got the free trade done. We looked at the full. No real use in looking at all these trades just went here. Come back. I'll show you. Oh, you missed it. It was all in the blue. There it is. All in the blue. It's headed there. Okay. So basically you're trading all of these trades as one. Why you would really do that, you wouldn't. But if you're able to leverage my automated system, if you're ready to leverage my automated system, then the automation is managing all of this. So kind of an interesting, cool thing to see. All right. We're going to jump. I'm just going to go down the account list. So our 10 pip hybrid feed is this one. I'll share it with you. We are not in any trades right now. Overnight it closed these 3, 4, 5 trades and with a $10.39 profit, which is fully scalable. Scale it times 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 100, 1,000, whatever you want. That's what you can make on your account because my system always ends in a net profit with the assumption that your account can handle that. Back to the pause. Let's look at the next account. Let's go look at gold. Kind of an interesting story here, which I will share with you. 6130 is right here. So I believe we are not in any gold trades right now. The Liberation Day tariffs that were announced yesterday by Trump really moved the market, but what's cool about the system is it did some buy trades because, you know, the price was going through the roof. And it got out at basically $6.50. It's looking to get out at $10, $10 per day. They did all this push in the market. Gold is way, way, way up. Let's actually open up gold here on the chart. Gold is way, way, way up, and I believe it's just going sideways. So here's the 15-minute. Let's look at the day. Yeah, you can see this. Let me get rid of this line at the top there. you can see this candle here. Here's the candle. You got a wick out the top and a pretty big wick out the bottom. Probably hard to see that on the screen here. That's the manipulation from the tariffs, and it just seems to be going sideways. If you look at maybe the 4 hour, you can see it here. We've got this push up from the depths of hell, and we're just rotating here. Pretty common when you get a big move like that. The market can't continue to sustain itself. Boy, they're really talking about markets tanking because of the tariff wars. I think they're hyping it more than it really is. I think it will smooth out the economy. It's just all the panic. News only gets watched if it sounds, 12 babies died today because they jumped off a terrace, right? Oh, what? What the hell happened? Not, hey, join us this morning for the beautiful smell of flowers in Arizona this time of the year. You'd be like, yeah, I'm not interested. Like, the brain is only interested in a bunch of bullshit, dopamine hit, clickbait worthy, news stuff. So I don't believe that the world is ending because we jacked up some tariffs or some fees with our trade partners. Look at that big gold move that just happened right there on the 4 hour. Another push way up. It's like all these wicks, they're just trying to take people. They go sideways, they wick up to take you out, wick down. They're doing that to take your money and to take everybody's money, so then they can then move. Let's see, free signal. Did we just add? We just added another buy. That is cool. Hold on. Let me go back to the free signal. USD CHF is pushing harder. Hold on. Let me look at this because it's happening in real time. Let's see here. Yeah, we just added another. I can share this with you. Not that you'll be able to follow along with this in the group, but we just added another trade. And you can see that here. Let me take a look. Something doesn't seem right. Did we not add another one? So we got 50. I'm just looking at the prices here. 57, 59, 60, 60, 56, and 56. Let me take a look at something here. In fact, I'll show you where I'm going. Let me take a look at the group. I can share this with you right here. So I'm in the Discord group. I'm looking at the trade signals free. So this is going to show all of the trades we just jumped into. But let's take a look at this. What's the time on this? 10:09. Yeah, I think it was just a delayed. I thought it was adding a new trade. It was just a delayed notification in the group. So back to reality here. Back to the pause. Okay. So what was I looking at? We were looking at gold. Gold is looking good, feeling good. Had someone come to me this morning. They got themselves into some serious trouble on gold. I was like, how can you still be in trouble on gold? Well, that's what you get. I almost never see a person get into trouble if they're letting the automation work. The gold recovery, we recovered that certainly easily yesterday, if not before. And then we've traded, and you can see there was some gold profits, about $6-7, which is scalable. So don't think that $6 isn't anything. What's 6 times 10? What's 6 times 1,000, right? So let me look at where we're going to. We already looked at gold. We looked at the free signal. Stable profits feed is pushing. Let's actually go look at that, just so I can show you. So the stable profits feed is 253. Here it is. So what we do on this particular feed, and in the future you can have this robot trading on your own server, and if you don't like what's going on, you put the recovery system on it, you get the hell out. I have proven, and we are proving, that recovery system works. I just put it on 2 clients' accounts. just kind of helping people get out of some bad scenarios. One's a demo. I did it just so we can see. It was pretty bad gone. I did it just so we could see if it's going to get out of. It was in about 6 currency pairs. It's got out of 3 of them already in one day. So really impressive. And I have it working on someone's gold account that went a little too far on them. So some really awesome proofs of concept. The idea behind the stable profits feed that I have here is we trade Euro GBP, which is literally the lowest volatility pair, and especially Euro GBP will push away from the average price and come back, and that's exactly what it's doing here. When it pushes away, it pushes up and away from the average price, it starts to sell at different levels along the way. If we look at it here on the chart, you can see I believe because of the tariff announcement yesterday, the euro/Swiss franc had a huge money dump into it. So you can see it's pushed way up, huge wicks at the top, and now it's going sideways. The stability of this particular feed of this currency pair is for it to do exactly this. It's going up here, and it's going to come back, and it will take profit somewhere in this area because all of these trades will be ultimately in profit and it will close. I had someone the other day say, hey, where's the take profit? There's no take profit on this feed. How the hell am I going to get out? Well, if you're copying my trade and my trade closes because it's a virtual take profit, it doesn't show it on the chart, because sometimes there's some theories that your broker can move the spread, move the price right to your take profit, or sorry, to your stop loss, okay, to those different, and basically take you out. Whereas this is just trades. There's no stop loss. There's no take profit shown on the chart. It's happening in the background. So you just have to understand that it's a virtual / ghost take profit / stop loss. Although this algorithm does not trade with the stop loss. We don't need it. All we need is the math. All right, back to the pause, moving down the screen here. I know what you guys are interested in getting to is the Random Trader series. That's coming up pretty much in a few minutes here. So let me look at this US 30 test, which is still looking really, really good. Let's see. It is 447, which is right here. So this is still not at the best pricing. This started out as a $5,000 account. It was pretty low on margin level yesterday. It is trading the market. Okay, it's doing what it needs to mathematically. Look what it's closed overnight. $1,144.20 on an originally a $5,000 account at the beginning of the week. This thing crushes. Do you have the stomach to take this risk? You probably don't. You probably don't. This started out as a $5,000 account with 500 leverage. This is CoinEx gold pricing, which is, it looks 10 times higher than it normally would. I'm not actually bidding a 1.00 lot size. It's technically, mathematically, it's a 0.01 lot size. It's just their jacked up pricing on this. You can get with CoinEx and request I think it's called the micro lot size pricing. You can absolutely do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go back to the micro pricing, and I'm also going to request a $5,000 account at 1,000 leverage. You can request that. You can't set it up yourself, but you can request it from the CoinEx broker. I'm going to do that and probably start running my own US 30 account. I'm attempting to get out of, I had kind of this really slow ass algorithm on one of my own live accounts, and it's just sitting there making like $2 a day. Fine, not blowing the account out at all, but I'm like, you know what? I removed that algorithm. I put recovery on it because I'm in like, 3 dozen trades, and the thing's making $1.50 a day. So I'm like, all right, that's just a little too slow for me. So I'm getting out of that. I'm going to get into gold and, I'm sorry, gold and or US 30. We're looking at US 30 here. Back to the pause. What's next? Let's see. Looked at that. This one's interesting. This is one of my accounts. Let me share this with you. We looked at this yesterday. We've been looking at this a little bit. It's a nice account. I'll show you. You can see the balance here, not the point. The point is, I was in that Euro AUD. I made at a base 0.50 lot size, 200 leverage account, 100K, $110,000 account at this point. I've made about 10 grand in it. It made $1,778.04. Like, that's really nice. That is really, really nice profit. And if I look back for the week, this thing's made $2,816, and for the month, $5,114. You can see a little over $1,000, well, hell, over $1,100 just today. So impressive stuff. I'm just using my main algorithm. In fact, I'm trading the one profitable pair feed on this account. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Here's the pause, and next is what you've all been waiting for. A random trader series. Let me pull up the account here. 681. Here it is. Now, do you remember the trade that we took yesterday? We started this at $5,000. We're up to $7,159. The trade, if you look for the day, it closed so fast yesterday that it was on yesterday's profit and loss sheet. So if you look here, we traded AUD CHF. We did a sell trade at 2.5 lot size, made $252. Look at that for the week so far, $2,141.97. This is purely random trading. I trade this way to practice all of the different things that can happen or that will happen, and we'll enter another trade today randomly. But here is my plan. I enter a random trade at a high lot size. In fact, we could probably, now that we're at 7,000 something, we could probably start bidding a little bit more than the 2.5, maybe even the 3.0. Remember how yesterday at 2.50 lot size, it still gave us about a 2,000% margin level? So let's bid a 3.0 lot size today and see where it puts us margin level wise. I'd like to enter a trade and be at about 2,000% margin level. It's not just a factor of your lot size. It's a factor of what currency pair you're putting that lot size on. There's not really any way to know per se. You just kind of jump into the trade. You'll get a feel for it. So this is impressive. So if here's the strategy. Random entry. If it goes against me, based off of, if I go into it, we'll look at the margin level percent. If it goes against me, I'll scale into another trade if I feel like there's room. If the margin level percent says to me there's not enough room, this thing has went too far against you, I will put the recovery system on it and we'll watch it get out. Okay, that's it. Because that is essentially what you're doing as a robot trader. You're putting an algorithm on an account, you're letting it do its thing, and when and if the market really runs against you, or you're like, I don't like this, like mine, I put an algorithm on there. It's been on there for 2 weeks now. It's just not making any money. It's just too slow of an algorithm, too slow a currency pairs. I was like, okay, I want out. So I put the recovery on it. I'll get out of those trades and I'll put a new algorithm on it. Having that level of flexibility as opposed to just copying some of my stuff or all of my stuff, it's just more flexibility. And running your own server is not hard. It's really not any harder than running Social Trader Tools copying. I like this, and here's the point. Vince says this: these random trades go against everything the so-called gurus say you should do. I love it, Terry. And that's why I'm doing it. Because I'm like, these guys have been lying to me and us on YouTube and in these training courses for years. They're literally lying to you. They're looking you in the face and lying to you. It's for entertainment purposes only. If you really want to follow these people at all, it's not real world. This is real world. You can follow this trade. So, all right, enough jabbering of my jaw. Let's go figure out a random trade. So let me pull something up here, and then I will share the screen with you, because you know we got our random trade entry wheel, which is right here. All right, all I'm going to do is click the screen, and we're going to enter this random trade. Click, Where the wheel stops, nobody knows. Where is it going to be? Is it AUD JPY sell? That's not what we were in yesterday. AUD JPY sell. So let me come back to the trading here. AUD JPY sell. So what I'm going to do is go to the quotes section in the lower left-hand corner. I'm going to do AUD JPY. There it is. I'm going to hold my thumb over it. I'm going to get to the trade. And what was it? AUD JPY sell. Why does my brain lose that? It is AUD JPY sell. So let's go 3.0 lot size and see how it hits the margin. 3.00, and we said sell, didn't we? I'll hit the sell button. We're in a sell trade. That's not bad. For that lot size and that account balance, it's given us an let me pull this up here. It's given us an 1,875% margin level. I'm pretty good with that, right? So if I wanted to keep it above around 2,000, I would have bid, instead of 2.5, maybe 2.8, 2.9. We're just going to let this go. But what I like to do is I need to set a take profit. Just an absolute roll of the dice, random guess, set the take profit. So let's hover our thumb over this. We're going to go to the chart. So we're in a sell trade. So we're looking to set the take profit somewhere down below. I kind of like what I'm seeing there. Let's zoom in a little closer. Let's look at, let's target an area for the day. So I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to go to the symbols area right here. And I'm going to click that, and I'm going to grab a horizontal line. This one on the left here. Just going to touch this. I want to put a line on the chart so I can figure out what my pricing is. So now I've got the line. I can move it around here. If we're at a sell, why don't we target this area down here for it to come back to? Okay. Will it? I don't know. Does it typically? Yes. That's the low for the day. If you scroll left, that is essentially the low for the day. You can see the day separator there. So I feel like let's target that. Let's just go for that. Now, I can see the price on the screen here, 92.440. But if I hold my finger over that line that I put on the chart, it'll show me properties, and then I can just double click and copy that price, because what I'm going to do is go back here and I'm going to update the take profit on this, already in profit. Absolute random trade. I'm telling you, it's random. I'm not manipulating this at all. It's purely random. So I'm going to hover my thumb over this. I'm going to click modify, and you'll see there's no take profit. It says not set right here. So I'm going to click that. It'll put a price in there, like the current price. I'm going to double click it and hit paste. And now I've got the price where I want the take profit to be. I click modify, and we come back and you can see it here. My take profit price is now set 92.440. Everything I just showed you there is exactly how trading is done. It's how you should do it. What are my next steps? We're never getting to the next step. Every one of these is taking profit. We're going to have some bad luck because frankly, it's just luck, right? There's no skill involved in this at all. It's frankly just luck. At some point, we're going to look at this tomorrow, or if it starts getting too far away from me later today, I often glance at it during dinner and I go, you know what? Probably should put this in a recovery, or you know what? This is a great opportunity to scale into another trade. Okay. So could we as scalpers take profit right now and take $43 of profit out of the market? Absolutely. You can do that all day long. Here's what is really a little, I don't want to use negative words. This is what a little, I don't like this fact. I see people watching my Random Trader series and they feel like it's so successful that they want to copy it. How do we copy this? How do we automate this? Right? I don't know if you'd really want to. I mean, this is a This is very much a learning phase of trading, doing it this way. But this isn't a great way to trade. You guys get to see the reality of Forex, that it is absolutely random, that you don't have to enter any strategy. What is our strategy? Enter randomly. If it goes a little bit against us, maybe we'll scale in again. Same trade, same direction, same lot size. And if either one of those two go farther against us and our margin level percent is down, let's say below about 800, I'm just kind of making that up, but below 800, which is 1,000 less than it is now, I'll go, all right, I want out. I'll drop the recovery algorithm on this and we'll literally watch it. How long will that take? I don't know. It can take some time. It can recover like gold recover in 2.5 days. I've seen it take weeks and weeks to recover, because it's not the algorithm. It's not that I screwed up. It's that the market volume and the movement is not there on that pair, but the recovery system will hold on to that account 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. Vince said, well, let me kind of do this here. Someone said, Jam said, staring at charts for BS analysis is entertainment to crazy people. I could not have said that better. I could not have said that better. And Vince said, it's staring at charts using crazy strategies, etc. Yeah, that really, it just really messes people up. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's just as entertaining to spin the random wheel, enter a trade, and learn to manage it. Because, I mean, it's all you have to do. What's cool is if you look at my random trader series, random entry, we have a strategy in sense of what we're going to do if we scale in, what we're going to do if it's gone too far. It's the same thing as running an algorithm. So let me segue into something here while we're watching this. I thought of this yesterday, and I'm going to be very transparent with it and get even more transparent. So I'm attempting to advise everyone using my copy system is to start, we're going to get away from using social trader tools. They're awesome. Nothing wrong with them at all. But I'm trying to plan for the future. So when these brokers, when the brokers decide to merge or the brokerage shuts down and I have all of these copy feeds on a demo account and that demo account goes away. Did we just stand by? Stand by. I think we just took profit on the free trade. This is going to be cool. Let's see where it's at. 443. We did. We did. Check this shit out. See, this is, I love this algorithm. I love this system. When you're running my algorithm on your own server, I'm going to show you the ability to do what I just did with like the free signal. See how we jumped into all of those trades and someone in the comments was laughing. I mean, I get that I didn't mean to do that. Look at what just happened. Goddamn motherfucker. That's not what I wanted. All right, there it is. $214.82. Every USD CHF trade ended in profit. Because to give you that power, to be able to go, hey, USD CHF is in 15 trades and the 8 of them are in profit. I want to jump into that. That does not mean that the market can't also continue to move against you, but it's all automated. So even if this added more USD CHF trades, it would have managed them and updated all the take profits. That's pretty cool to see. How long were we in that? We were in that about 20 minutes. Unbelievable. No, you can't have another free trade. So very, very cool. Come back. Actually, let's go back to where we were, which is the random trader series. It's jumping in and out of profit. So let me give you the place I was going when I talked about the power of trading your own bot on your own server with your own ability to recover. If you've ever heard of, and I'll reveal to you what I think is probably the best one you can get, not today, but this will come up. All of these bots that I'm going to talk about I'm going to number them. I'll be talking about bot number 12 because I'm not going to tell you what that is for free. You have to become a member. You have to subscribe. You have to leverage this stuff, right? I'm running a business here. I'm not giving away my intellectual property for free. But once you come in, you'll see that bot number 12 is what I'm going to talk about now, which is called a grid trading robot. Grid trading is very profitable, but it will also eventually run your account into the ground when you get a trending market. So a grid trader is as simple as this. It puts, let's say you set up a 10 pip grid on your chart. So it will, every 10 pips, it'll put a line. And if the price moves up through that line, it will do a buy and a sell at that line. If it moves up to the next line, it will cash out the previous buy, enter a new buy, and enter a sell. So there's literally a buy and a sell at every grid level. As the price moves up and down, it's entering trades, cashing out trades, entering trades, cashing out trades. If you get into a crazy trend, you get a bunch of buy trade, or let's say it's a downtrend. You get a bunch of sell trades that are profiting, enter profit, but you got a bunch of buy trades that are now in drawdown. So the price can move back, and it typically does. It moves away from the median and moves back. Now here's a simple little trick. I know this is the little bit, I'm getting verbal on this, but this is pretty cool. So there's an indicator called a standard deviation indicator that you can get a customized version of. I will give that up as a reference inside of the group to subscribers, and you'll be able to see a very customized standard deviation indicator on any currency pair. What happens is, if you look back for 12 months or any certain amount of time, I like to look back 240 candles. That's 12 months, right? 20 trading days a month, so on and so forth. 20 times 12. There you go. That's where the number comes from. So what I do is I take that standard deviation indicator, I put it on a currency pair, and let's say I put it on a crazy moving currency pair, GBP, JPY, and I set the grid at 50 pips. So every 50 pips, the bot will enter a buy and a sell, and it will manage every 50 pips from there. If I wait to put it, the grid trading robot, if I wait to put it on GBP JPY, when the standard deviation indicator is indicating that the current price is at the median, meaning it moves out and back and down and back, up and back to that median price all the time. Not daily, not by minute, but when it pushes out, it eventually comes back to that median price. There's something about, it's just a mathematical probability, really. So what you do is you wait till the standard deviation price on that currency pair is right in the middle, and then you put a grid robot on there. Okay, in this case, we set up a 50 pip grid, let's say. That's probably a little wide, but for GBP JPY, it's realistic. You probably wouldn't want to go in to every 10 pips on GBP JPY as far as a trade. So anyway, that'd be a lot of trades. So you put it on there, and what's cool is it can trend away from the median, but the probability of it coming back to that median price and closing all of those grid trades, here's the point. What you can do is grid trading robots without a recovery system, without a way to get out, are massively profitable, but then will run your account into the ground. This particular grid trading robot that I would recommend to you, that will be available inside of the membership, has the ability to prune trades out and get, kind of keep it at a certain, so it can't really run away from itself. So very, very cool system. And then you have the ability, so you're making all of this money with a grid trading robot, but one day it's going to trend really hard. You're going to go, I'm uncomfortable. It's in too many trades. It's really kicking the margin level percent too low for me. So you literally drag and drop on the recovery system. It's just a bot that you can buy, and it throws out the original algorithm and starts managing those trades and gets you out of all those trades. And then guess what you do? So you've made some really nice profits. You get out at a profit or break even, and I mean, it could run profitable for 90 days before you needed to put the recovery on it. It could do that for 6 months. It might only do it for 3 days, and then you got to put recovery on it. But the fact that you have that ability and that flexibility, I could never send that to you effectively in a copy trade feed. But boy, can you do it on your own account. And you have the bot. I give you my custom settings. This will be so much fun. It will be a massive dopamine hit and probably the best learning experience you could ever have. So you can see the random trade here, going into profit, jumping into drawdown, profit, drawdown. A lot of movement on this AUDJPY for whatever reason. So I hope I described that well. I hope you're getting excited. I'm trying to convince you to move over to a virtual private server. People, you're still going to copy my feeds, my main feed, on your virtual private server. So my main feed right now will remain a copy. It's easy for me to do that, right? Literally put a little piece of software on your VPS server, pull in all my trades, and then manipulate them as you desire. And I can show you all the different ways to manipulate them. The AI system that I use, it costs $50. If you don't know how to use it, you don't have the settings, you're in trouble, right? So pretty cool stuff. The ability to be able to run a very highly profitable grid trading robot and then have the ability to auto recover it if it's gone, if and when it's gone too far. It's like literally learning how to play piano overnight, and you're just the master. You're just the master of the entire system. JM says it's very exciting. It will feel like being a robot puppet master with a bunch of minions out there making money. That is exactly right. That's exactly what it feels like. It's fun to do. And man, the level of manipulations I can teach you how to manipulate even just my copy trade feed over to your server and manipulate it once it's there, or run all of these different robots. Speaking of robots, let's go look at one that I keep forgetting to look at. It's my GBP JPY double hedge. Let me show you what this thing does. This is a really impressive feed. It just is. It just does really, really well. So here it is. I put it on a $3,000 account. Told you I had to start this new because I had this originally running with a broker that shut down. So what this does is every night it enters a buy and a sell trade on any currency pair you want. I have a really volatile one here. And it gets out, it shuts the entire thing down at, I think I'm asking it to make $100 a day. In this case, it made $97.10. It entered a buy, which was profitable. It let the sell go down into, to eat some of those profits away, and ends in a net profit of $100. You can type any number you want in there. You can say, I want to get out at $200. I want to get out at $2,000. You can do that. Obviously, the more you go for, the more you risk, the more you risk. It's as simple as that. But this is a really, really good system. It just impresses me. When you see the settings on this thing goes into these trades and it sets a stop loss at like 1,000 pips. So it's like an insane stop loss. But as the price moves in whatever direction, it's going to move in one direction or the other, right? It's either going to move in the buy or the sell direction. And it will then literally start trailing the price, and it'll move 1,000 pip stop loss right down to break even, like quickly. So it's very, very cool to see and watch and play out. And this thing has been very consistent. I haven't seen it get into any sort of trouble. If one of the trades does not close out in 24 hours, it will simply rebalance. So if the sell trade is still open tomorrow, and the buy is closed, then it will open, it will rebalance, it'll enter a buy, and it's really hedging. So like the level of protection is already built in where it's standardly hedged right from the beginning. So I see a lot of people, not a lot, a handful of people moving over to VPS. Be a little patient with me, okay? Because I'm also putting the training together. I'm doing this for you guys, and I'm putting the training together at the same time. And I don't want to get into 45-minute training videos. I want something certainly less than 3 or 4 minutes. And that is going to mean there's a lot more training videos associated with very specific topics. I'm trying to keep it really short and succinct. So just kind of be patient. I'm building that out. So I don't see anyone else. Appreciate you guys that did comment today and engage. You're the chosen ones. You are the chosen ones. I'm going to end it with this. Appreciate you joining me tomorrow. End of the week. I believe we probably should look. Let's look at one thing real quick. I'll pull it up here and then share it with you. I think I'm right in saying this. Stand by. Yeah, I will share this with you. So tomorrow is non-farm payroll. Where's it at? Right here. Non-farm payroll launches tomorrow. This says 5:30 a.m. That must be in my time zone. Yeah, that's my time zone. It'll be 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Non-farm payroll tomorrow. Interesting. That will move the market majorly. Plus, Fed Chair Powell speaks at 8:25 a.m. Let's see. So that's 8:30, 9:30. That's 11:30. Okay. Well, we're going to have some serious movement tomorrow. End of the week. It'll be Friday, April 4th. I will see you then. I'll roll you out with this. Join the group, will you? fxwithterry.com. Come on into the group. Start taking some of these free trades, the random trades. Plug into the automation. Learn to become a professional, profitable robot trader through my years and years of experience. I'm going to give you the robot, give you the set file, give you the AI system to manipulate it if you want to. We're talking about literally learning to play the piano being Forex overnight. That's it. I'll send you out with this. I'll talk to you soon.
Smart investors are flocking to the FX with Terry automated trading system. This is 100% fully automated Forex trading. This intelligent AI trading algorithm works for you 24 hours per day. Daily live results and nothing but net profit. No other system comes close to the automated profit potential of this system. Start trading for free today with 100% help and support by visiting fxwithterry.com and plug into the profit-making potential. Real trades, real profits, zero analysis. Join the top 10% of traders that are winning every day through automation. fxwithterry.com is your path to Forex trading success.
Thank you for joining us on the Forex Trading Daily Live Show. Get access to all of the free trades with full auto trading at fxwithterry.com. Be sure to subscribe and get notified of the daily live stream. And get ready for your next profitable Forex trade.